Recording in Reading of the Bible, starting at 2 Samuel 15. And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared him chariot and horses and 50 men to run before him. And Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate. And it was so that when any man that had a controversy came to the king for judgment, then Absalom called unto him and said, Oh, what city art thou? And he said, Thy servant is one of the tribe of Israel. And Absalom said unto him, See, thy matters are good and right, but there is no man deputed of the king to hear thee. Absalom said moreover, Oh, that I were made judge in the land, that every man which had any suit or cause might come unto me, and I will do him justice. And it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him. And on this matter did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel. And it came to pass after 40 years that Absalom said unto the king, I pray thee, let me go and pay my vow, which I have vowed unto the Lord in Hebron. For thy servant vow a vow, while I abode at Geshur in Syria, saying, If the Lord shall bring me again, if the Lord shall bring me again indeed to Jerusalem, then I will serve the Lord. And the king said unto him, Go in peace. So he arose and went to Hebron. But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribe of Israel, saying, As soon as you hear the sound of the trumpet, then you shall say, Absalom reigned in Hebron. And with Absalom went 200 men out of Jerusalem that were called, and they went in their simplicity, and they knew not anything. And Absalom sent forth Ahithophel, the Gilonite, David's counselor, from his city, even from Jalo, while he offered sacrifice, and the conspiracy was strong. For the people increased continually with Absalom. And there came a messenger to David, saying, The heart of the men of Israel are after Absalom. And David said unto all his servants that were with him at Jerusalem, Arise and let us flee, for we shall not else escape from Absalom. Make speed to depart, lest he overtake us suddenly and bring evil upon us, and smite the city with the edge of the sword. And the king's servant said unto the king, Behold, thy servant are ready to do whatsoever the Lord the king shall appoint. And the king went forth, and all his household after him. And the king left 10 women which were concubines to keep the house. And the king went forth, and all the people after him, and tarried in a place that was far off. And all his servants passed on beside him, and all the Cherethites, and also the Pelethites, and the Gittites, 600 men, which came after him from Gath, passed on before the king. Then said the king to Ittai the Gathite, Wherefore Goes thou so also with us. Return to thy place and abide with the king, for you are a stranger and also an exile. Whereas you came but yesterday, in this should I this day make thee go up down with us, seeing I go whither I may return and take back thy brethren. Mercy and truth be with you. And Ittai answered the king and said, as the Lord live, as my lord the king live, surely in what place my lord the king should be, whether in death or life, even there also will thy servant be. And David said to Ittai, go and pass over. And Ittai the Gittite passed over, and all his men and all the little ones that were with him. And all the country wept with a loud voice, and all the people passed over. The king also passed over the brook Kidron, and all the people passed over toward the way of the wilderness. And lo, Zadok also and all the Levites were with him, bearing the ark of the covenant of God. And they set down the ark of God. And Abiathar went up until all the people had done passing out of the city. And the king said unto Zadok, carry back the ark of God into the city. I shall find favor in the eyes of God. He will bring me again and show me both it and his habitation. But if thou say, I have no delight in thee, behold, here I am. Let him do to me as seem good unto him. The king said also unto Zadok the priest, are not thou a seer? Return into the city in peace, and your two sons with you, Ahimaaz thy son, and Jonathan the son of Abiathar. See, I will tarry in the plain of the wilderness until there come word from you to certify me. Zadok therefore and Abiathar carried the ark of God again to Jerusalem, and they tarried there. And David went up by the ascent, Mount Olivet, and wept as he went up, and had his head covered, and he went barefoot. And all the people that was with him covered every man his head, and they went up weeping as they went up. And one told David, saying, Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. And David said, O Lord, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. And it came to pass that when David was come to the top of the mount where he worshipped God, behold, Hushai the Archite came to meet him with his coat rent and earth upon his head. Unto whom David said, if you pass on with me, then you shall be a burden unto me. But if you return to the city and say unto Absalom, I will be thy servant, O king, as I have been thy father's servant hitherto, so will I now also be thy servant. Then may you for me defeat the counsel of Ahithophel. And hast thou not there with thee Zadok and Abiathar the priests? Therefore it shall be that what thing soever you shall hear out of the king's house, you shall tell it to Zadok and Abiathar the priests. Behold, they have there with them their two sons, Ahimaaz, Zadok's son, and Jonathan, Abiathar's son. And by them you shall send unto me everything that you can hear. So Hushai, David's friend, came into the city, and Absalom came into Jerusalem. And when David was a little past the top of the hill, Behold, Ziba, the servant of Mephibosheth, met him with a couple of asses, saddle, and upon them 200 loaves of bread, and 100 bunches of raisin, and 100 of summer fruit, and a bottle of wine. And the king said unto Ziba, What mean thou by this? And Ziba said, The asses be for the king's household to ride on, and the bread and summer fruit for the young men to eat, and the wine that such of as the faint in the wilderness may drink. And the king said, And there is thy master's son. And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, he abide at Jerusalem, for he said today, shall the house of Israel restore the kingdom of my father. Then said the king of Ziba, Behold, thine are all that pertain unto me, Mephibosheth. And Ziba say, I humbly beseech thee that I may find grace in thy sight, my lord, O king. And then King David came to Bahurim. Behold, thence came a man of the family of the house of Saul, whose name was Shimei, the son of Jerah. He came forth and cursed till as he came. And he cast stone at David and all the servants of King David, and all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. And thus say Shimei, when he cursed, come out, you bloody men, and you men of Belial. The Lord has returned upon thee all the blood of the house of Saul, in whose you have reigned. And the Lord has delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom, your son. And behold, you are taken in the mischief because of a bloody man. Then Abishai, the son of Zeruah, unto the king, Why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over, I pray thee, and take off his head. And the king said, What shall I do with you, you son of Zeruah? So let him curse, because the Lord has said unto him, Curse David. Who shall then say, Wherefore hast you done so? And David said to Abishai and to all the his servant, Behold, my son, which came forth of my bowel, seek my life. How much more now may this Benjamite do it? Let him alone and let him curse, for the Lord has bidden him. It may be that the Lord will look on my affliction, and that the Lord will requite me good for his cursing this day. And as David and his men went by the way, Shimei went along on the hill side over against him and cursed as he went, and threw stone at him and cast dust. And the king and all the people that were with him came weary and refreshed themselves there. And Absalom and the people, the men of Israel, came to Jerusalem, and Ahithophel with him. And it came to pass when Hushai, the son, the Archite, David's friend, was come unto Absalom, that Hushai said unto Absalom, God save the king, God save the king. And Absalom said to Hushai, Is this thy kindness to thy friend? By when you 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 are not with thy friend. And Hushai said unto Absalom, Nay, but from the Lord, from whom the Lord and his people and all the men of Israel choose. His will I be, and with him will I abide. And again, whom should I serve? Should I not serve in the successor of his son, as I have served in your people, in your presence? So will I be your presence? Will I be in presence? Ahithophel counsel then say, Absalom to Ahithophel, give counsel among you what we should do. And Ahithophel said unto Absalom, go in to your father concubine, which he has left to keep the house, and all Israel hear that you have abhorred of thy father. Then shall the hand of all that are with thee be strong. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went into the father concubine in the sight of Israel. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man has required at the oracle of the God. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both and David and with Absalom. Ahithophel pursued David, chapter 17. Moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, let me now choose out 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue David this night. And I will come upon him while he is weary and weak, and will make him afraid, and all the people that are with him shall flee. I will smite the king only, and I will bring back all the people unto thee. The men whom you seek is as if all return. So all the people shall be in peace. And the saying pleased Absalom well, and all the elders of Israel. Then said Absalom, call now Hushai the Archite also, and let us hear likewise what he said. And when Hushai was come to Absalom, Absalom spoke unto him, saying, Ahithophel has spoken after this manner. Shall we do after his saying, after this manner? Shall we do after his saying? If not, speak. And Hushai said unto Absalom, the counsel that Ahithophel has given is not good at this time. For say Hushai, you know that your father and his men, that they might be mighty men, they be sharp in the mind as a bare robe of her whelps in the field. And thy father is a man of war, and will not lodge with the people. Behold, he is hid now in some pit or in some other place. And it will come to pass, when some of them be overthrown at first, that whosoever hear it will say, there is a slaughter among the people that follow Absalom. And he also that is valiant, whose heart is at the heart of a lion, shall utterly melt. And all Israel know that your father is a mighty man, and they which be with him are valiant men. Therefore, I counsel that Israel is generally gathered unto thee, from Dan even to Beersheba, as the sand that is by the sea for multitude, and that you go to battle in thy own person. So shall we come upon him in some place where he shall be found, and we will light upon him as the dew fall on the ground, and of him and of all the men that are with him, Therefore, there shall not be left so much as one. Moreover, if be gotten into the city, then shall all Israel rope to that city and be withdraw into the river until there be not one small stone found there. Absalom preferred Hushai plain, and Absalom and all of the men of Israel, the counsel of Hushai, the Archite, is better than the counsel of Ahithophel. For the Lord had appointed to defeat the good counsel of Ahithophel, to the intent that the Lord might bring evil upon Absalom. Rakase roko shekera bababa. Thank you, Father. Then say Hushai unto Zadok and to Abiathar the priest, thus say and thus did Ahithophel counsel Absalom and the elder of Israel, and thus said thus I have counsel. Now therefore send quickly and tell David, saying, lodge not this night in the plain, in the wilderness, but speedily pass over, lest the king be swallowed up, and all the people that are with him. Jonathan and Ahimaaz hide. Now Jonathan and Ahimaaz stay by Enrogel, for they might not be seen to come into the city. And the wench went and told them that they went and told King David. Nevertheless, a lad saw them and told Absalom, but they went both of them away quickly and came to a man's house in Bahurim, which had a well in his court, whither they went down. And the woman looked and spread a covering over the well mouth and spread ground crown thereon, and the king was not known. When Absalom came to the woman to the house, they say, where is Ahimaaz and Jonathan? And the woman say unto them, they be gone over the brook of water. And when they had sought and could not find them, they returned to Jerusalem. And it came to pass after they were departed, that they came up of the well and went and told King David and say unto David, arise and pass quickly over the water, for thus has Ahithophel counsel against you. Then David arose and all the people that were with him, and they passed over Jordan by the morning light. There lacked not one that was not gone over Jordan. The death of Ahithophel. And when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he saddled his ass and arose, brought him home to his house, to his city, put his household in order, hanged himself and died, and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. Then David came to Mahanaim, and Absalom passed over Jordan, he and all the men of Israel with him. And Absalom made Amasa captain of the host instead of Joab. With Amasa was a man's son, whose name was Itra, an Israelite that went into Abigail, the daughter of Nahash, sister of Jeruah, Joab's mother. So Israel and Absalom pitched in the land of Gilead. And it came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim, and Shobi the son of Nahash, and Rabbah of the children of Ammon, and Maki the son of Amiel, and Lodebar, and Barzillai, the Gileadite of Rogelim, brought beds, basin, earthen vessel, earthen vessel, earthen. And it came to pass when David was come to Mahanaim that Shobi the son of Nahash of Rabbah, the children of Ammon, and Maki, the son of Amiel, and Lodebar, and Barzillai, and the Gileadite, and Rogelim, brought beds, basin, and an earthen vessel, and wheat, and barley, and flour, and parched corn, and beans, and lentils, and parched pearls, and honey, and butter, and sheep, and cheese of kine, or for David, and for the people that were with him to eat. For they say, the people is hungry and weary, and thirsty in the wilderness. David prepared his force, and David numbered the people that were with him, and set captain of 1,000 and captain of 100 over them. And David went forth a third part of the people under the hand of Joab, and a third part under the hand of Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, Joab brother, and a third part under the hand of Ittai the Gittite. And the king said unto the people, I will surely go forth with you myself also. But the people answered, You shall not go forth, for if we flee away, they will not care for us. Neither if half of us die, will they care for us. But now you are worth than 10,000 of us. Therefore now it is better that you succor us out of the city. And the king said unto them, What seem you best I will do? And the king stood by the gate side. All the people came out by 100 and by 1,000. And the king commanded Joab and Abishai and Ittai, saying, Deal gently for my sake with the young men, even with Absalom. And all the people heard when the king gave all the captain charge concerning Absalom. So the people went out into the field against Israel, and the battle was in the wood of Ephraim, where the people of Israel were slain before the servant David, and there was a great slaughter that day of 20,000 men. Wow. For the battle was there scattered over the face of all the country, and all the wood devoured more people that day than the sword devoured. And Absalom met the servant of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick bough and a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he was taken up between the heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, Behold, I saw Absalom hang in an oak. And Joab said unto the men that told him, And behold, you saw him, and why did you not smite him dead to the ground? And I will have given the 10 shekels of silver and a girdle. And the men say unto Joab, Though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in my hand, yet will I not put forth hands against the king's son. For in or hearing, the king charged thee and Abishai and Ittai, saying, Beware that none touch the young man Absalom. Otherwise, I should have wrought falsehood against my own life, for there is no matter hid from the king, and you thyself will have yet that you have set thyself against me. Then Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. And 10 young men that bare Joab armor compassed about and smote Absalom and slew him. And Joab blew the trumpet, and the people returned from pursuing after Israel, and for Joab held back the people. And they took Absalom and cast him into a great pit in the wood, and laid a very great heap of stone upon him, and all Israel fled, everyone to his tent. Now Absalom, in his lifetime, had taken and reared up for himself a pillar, which is the king Dell, for he said, I have no son to keep my name in remembrance. And he called the pillar after his name, and is called unto this day Absalom place. Ahimaaz request. Then say Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, let me now run and bear the king tidings. Know that the Lord has avenged him of his enemy. And Joab said unto him, you shall not bear tidings this day, but you shall bear tidings another day. But this day you shall bear no tidings, because of the king's son death. Then Joab the Cushite go tell the king what has happened. And Cushi bowed before himself unto Joab and ran. Then say Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok, yet again to Joab, but howsoever let me pray thee, that also after Cushi and the Joab, and after Cushi and Joab say, wherefore will thou run, my son, seeing that you have no tidings ready? But howsoever, say he, let me run. And he say unto him, run. Then Ahimaaz ran by the way of the plain around Cushi. News from Ahimaaz and Cushi. And David sat in the tent, and the watchman went up the roof over the gate onto the wall, and lifted up his eyes and look, and behold, a man running alone. And the watchman cried and told the king. And the king said, if he be alone, there is tidings in his mouth. And he came apace and drew near. And the watchman saw another man running. And the watchman called unto the porter and said, behold, another man running alone. And the king said, he also bring tidings. And the watchman said, me think the running of the foremost is like the running of Ahimaaz, the son of Zadok. And the king said, he's a good man, and come with good tidings. And Ahimaaz called and said unto the king, all is well. And he fell down to the earth upon his face before the king, and said, blessed be the Lord thy God, which has believed up the men that lift up their hand against my lord the king. And the Lord said, is the young man Absalom safe? And Ahimaaz answered, when Joab sent the king's servant, and me thy servant, I saw a great multitude, but I knew not what I was. And the king said unto him, turn aside and stand here. And he turned aside and stood still. And behold, Cushi came, and Cushi said, tidings, my lord the king, for the Lord has avenged thee this day, and all that rose. And the king said, Cushi, is the young man Absalom safe? And Cushi answered, the enemy of my lord the king, and all that rise against thee to do thee hurt, be that young man is. And the king was most moved and went up to the chamber of the king and wept as he went, and thus say, O my son of Absalom, my son Absalom, will God I had died for, O Absalom, my son, my son. Chapter 19, 2 Samuel 19. And he was told Joab, behold, the king wept and mourned for Absalom, and the victory that day was turned into mourning into all the people, for the people heard say that day. For the people heard say that day how the king was grieved for his son. And the people got them to steal that day into the city, as people being ashamed, still away when they flee in battle. But the king covered his face and cried out with a loud voice, "Oh, my son Absalom! Oh, Absalom, my son, my son!" And Joab came into the house to the king and said, "You hast shamed this day the face of thy servant, which day you have shamed this day the face of thy servant, which this day have saved your life and the life of your son and of daughter, and the life of thy wife and the life of thy concubine. In that you love thy enemy and you hate your friend, for you have declared this day that you regarded neither princes nor servant, for this day I receive it. Neither prince and servant, for this day I receive it. That if Absalom has lived and all we have died this day, then he had pleased thee well. Now therefore arise, go forth and speak comfortably unto the heart thy servant, for I swear the Lord, if you go not forth and tarry, and I swear the Lord, if you will not tarry one with thee this night, and that will be worse unto thee than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now. Then the king arose and sat in the gate, and they told unto all the people, saying, Behold, the king does sit in the gate. And all the people came before the king, for Israel had fled every man to his tent. And all the people were at strife throughout all the tribe of Israel, saying, The king saved us out of the hand of our enemy, and he delivered us out of the hand of the Philistine. And now he's fled out of the land for Absalom. And Absalom, whom we anointed over us, is dead in battle. Now therefore, why speak ye not a word of bringing the king back? And King David sent to Zadok and to Abiathar the priest, saying, Speak unto the elder of Judah, saying, Why are ye the last to bring the king back to his house, saying the speech of all Israel, Come to the king, even to his house? You are my brethren, you are my bones and my flesh. Wherefore then are you the last to bring back the king? And say to Amasa, Are you not of my bones and my flesh? God do so to me and more. And if you are not, you not be captain of the host before me continually in the room of Joab. And he bowed the heart of all men of Judah, even as the heart of one man, so that they sent this word unto the king, Return thou and all your servant. So the king returned and came to Jordan, and Judah came to Gilgal to go to meet the king, to conduct the king over Jordan. And Shimei, the son of Gera, a Benjamite, which was of Bahurim, hasted and came down with the men of Judah to meet David, King David. And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him, and Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons, and his 20 servants with him. And they went over Jordan before the king. And there went down over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, to do what he thought good. And Shimei, the son of Jerah, fell down before the king, and he was come over Jordan. As he was come over Jordan, and say unto the king, let not my lord impute iniquities unto me. Iniquities unto me. That which thy servant did perversely that day, that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. For thy servant do know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Jerusalem to go down to meet my lord the king. But Abishai, the son of Jeroah, answer and say, shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed the Lord anointed? And David said, what should I do with you, you son of Zeruiah, that you should this day be adversary unto me? Should there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel? Therefore the king said unto Shimei, you shall not die. And the king swore unto him. Mephibosheth, faithfulness, and Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king, and had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace. And it came to pass, when he was come to Jerusalem to meet the king, that the king said unto him, wherefore went not thou with me, Mephibosheth? And he answered, my lord, O king, my servant deceived me. For thy servant say, I will saddle me an ass, that I may ride therefore and go to the king, because thy servant is lame. And he has slandered thy servant unto my lord the king. But my lord the king is as an angel of God. Do therefore what is good in your eyes. For all of my father's house were but put dead before my lord the king. Yet did you set thy servant among them that did eat at thy own table. What right, therefore, have I yet to cry any more unto the king? And the king said unto me, why speak thou any more of thy marriage? I say, thou and Ziba divide the land. And Mephibosheth say unto the king, yea, let him take all, for as much as my lord the king is come again in peace unto his own house. David escorted over Jordan, and Barzillai the Gileadite came down from Rogelim and went over Jordan with the king to conduct him over Jordan. Now Barzillai was a very aged man, even 80 years old, and he had provided the king of sustenance while he lay at Mahanaim, for he was a very great man. And the king said unto Barzillai, come thou over with me, I will feed thee with me in Jerusalem. And Barzillai, I say unto the king, how long have I to live, that I should go up with the king unto Jerusalem? I am this day 80 years old, and can I discern before good and evil? Can thy servant taste what I eat, what I drink? Can I hear any more the voice of singing men and singing women? Wherefore then should thy servant be yet a burden unto my lord the king? Thy servant will go a little way over Jordan with the king. And why should the king recompense it me with such a reward? Let thy servant, I pray, turn back again, that I may die in my homes and be buried by the grave of my father and my mother. But behold the servant Shimhan, let him go over with my lord the king, and do to him what shall seem good unto him. And the king answered, Shimham shall go over with me. I will go to him that which seem good unto thee. And whatsoever you shall require of me, that will I do for thee. And all the people and the king come. And all the people went over Jordan. And when the king was come over, the king kissed Barzillai and blessed him, and he returned unto him his own place. Then the king went on to Gilgal, and Shimham went on with him, and all the people of Judah conducted the king, and also half the people of Israel. Israel and Judah quarreled, and behold, all the men of Israel came to the king and say unto the king, why have you, O brother, the men of Judah, stolen thee away, and have brought the king and his household, and all David men with him over Jordan? And all the men of Judah answered the men of Israel, because the king is near of kin to us. Wherefore then be ye angry for this matter. I have eaten at all the king's coast, and has he given us any gift? And the men of Israel answered the men of Judah and say, we have 10 part in the king, and we have also right. We have more right in David than ye. Why then did you despise us, that our advice shall not be first had in bringing back our children or king? And the word of the men of Judah were fiercer than the word of the men of Israel. We are in 2 Samuel 20. And then there happened to be there a man of Belial, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bishri, and a Benjamite, and he blew a trumpet and said, we have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. Every man to his tent of whole Israel. So every man of Israel went up from after David and followed Sheba, the son of Bishri. But the men of Judah clave unto their king from Jordan even to Jerusalem. And David came to his house of Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women, his concubine, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in ward and fed them, but went into them. So they were shut up unto the day of their death, living in widowhood. Then said the king of Amasa, assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present. And Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. David said to Abishai, now shall Sheba the son of Bishri do us more harm than did Absalom? Take thou thy Lord servant and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced city and escape us. And there went out after him Joab men and the Sheretite and the Peletite and all the mighty men, and they went out to Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba the son of Bishri. When they were at the great stone, which is Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him, and upon it a girdle with a sword fastened upon his loin in the sheath. Therefore, as he went forth, he fell out. And Joab said to Amasa, Art thou in health, my brother? And Joab took Amasa by the beard, with the right hand to kiss him. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote him therewith in the fifth rib, and shed out his bowel to the ground, and struck him not again, as he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba the son of Bichri, and one of Joab's men stood by him and said, He that favored Joab, he that is for David, let him go after Joab. And Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. And when the men saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field, and cast a cloth upon him, when he saw that everyone that came by him stood still. When he was removed of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri. And he went through all the tribe of Israel unto Abel and to Beth Masha, and all the Berite, and they were gathered together and went also after him. And they came and besieged him in Abel and Beth Massa, and they cast up a bank against the city, and he stood in the trench, and all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw down. Then cried a wise woman out of the city, Hear, hear, say, I pray you unto Joab, Come near hither, that I may speak with thee. And when he was come near unto her, the woman said, Are you Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then she said unto him, Hear the word of thy handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then she spoke, saying, They were wont to speak in old times, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel. And so they ended the matter. I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. You seek to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. Will you swallow up the inheritance of the Lord? And Joab answered and said, far be it from me, and that I should swallow up or destroy. The matter is not so, but a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba the son of Bichri, by name, has lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said to Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. Then the woman went unto all the people in her wisdom. They cut off the head of Sheba, the son of Bichri, and cast it out to Joab. And he blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. Now Joab was over all the hosts of Israel, and Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the Sheretite and over the Peletite, and Adoram was over the tribute, and Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was recorder, and Sheva was scribe. Zadok and Abiathar were the priests, and Ira, also the Jairite, was a chief ruler about David. Let me stop here. We read all the way to 2 Samuel 20. May the word of the Lord be blessed. May the listener be blessed. Lord, thank you for you say the entrance of your word bring light. Let it be light into us in Jesus' name. Amen. Be blessed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.